very late at this, but there's just been so much going in my mind that I figured I start with something light today. The event that had occurred with the Sims event, and the new babies, and I don't know, the Renaissance thing. I guess the new, what they want to call the Sims 5. And what happened was I saw it. It was, actually, I didn't actually, well, I saw some of it. I didn't see the whole thing of it. And, went to other YouTube sites. And that was basically it. No big deal. And, then the next day I was hearing a lot of things about diversity and inclusion, and it had to do with I think with the mods. Now they're gonna put all these mods in this one store, I think. The thing is, in which they weren't really clarifying if this store was gonna be here for console players to use, because that would be great if the store was actually gonna be in console so we can actually use it. So technically speaking, it's kind of pointless for me, though I did find it very interesting that there are a lot of people who are, I guess, the PC people that were complaining about the lack of custom content creators that were and I guess I wanted to comment on that in a different perspective. Just up front with you first, I am probably much older than most people playing The Sims. Secondly, I am of an ethnic group. So, yes, I am a minority. I am a Spanish-speaking minority. And, I think I have a little different opinion. Because, when a lot of the younger, when they say they want diversity, I am not sure if they're saying diversity of the opinion of theirs, of what they think diversity is and what diversity may be. Like, for instance, one of the interesting things I found was, I think last year, in I guess in the Sims way of diversity, was they had a Latin event, and their part of diversity was, for the place I'm from, was, yeah, we're gonna get a drink from your country because that's what represents me. Apparently a coquito is it's like, okay, here you go, coquito, see, now you're included. Which I find very interesting. um that my ethnicity went down to a drink. Which I find, I mean, it's nice that it's there, the coquito's there, but I think me being who I am, that has nothing to do with a drink. Because this may shock you, I don't even drink coquitos. So it kind of like defeats the whole
Simbozy,
thing.
Shanisi go.
So I think just to get a coquito is not my idea of diversity. I think diversity would be more of way of life. You know, in my experiences, when I see other ethnic groups, I see how they have a different culture. They have a way different way of looking and seeing of things. And to me, that is what diversity part of it is. And it's kind of interesting that that really should be what's reflected when you want to put inclusion and diversity. It should be that, not a food. Like they were in part of a, I think with in other places they were, I think it had to do with the comic book and the hilarity of it all. I think it was Marvel. And their theme was like, okay, we're gonna promote Latin heritage, and what you saw was everybody eating tacos. That was their version of diversity. All of the superheroes eating tacos, which is hilarious because tacos are not part of my country. Which is, it's so funny because it's something that it has come to me in so many ways that I cannot tell you how many times I had to explain to people. I had never even tried a taco until of the age of let me see. I tried my first taco maybe at 12 years old, and it was a treat. It was just like an event thing, and it was my mother's attempt to okay, we're gonna do something different, and we didn't even make the meat the way it's a, and we didn't do any of the things like or any of those things. So yeah, so the opinion of what some certain people may see as being diversity, they they really don't understand how different we are, which is, you know, I think they're just looking at it as a pop culture thing. And, they just think, oh, well, you're going to do diversity. Let's go and get some Taco Bell. And by the way, I'm pretty sure there is a lot of Mexicans that would be very offended if you was to tell them that their culture was Taco Bell. They would not even consider that their food. Taco Bell is an Americanized version of, and I don't even like, I don't even like Taco Bell. I maybe have eaten Taco Bell maybe, I don't know, in my whole entire life. I think 7 times. I think 7 times. I'm not actively trying to go to Taco Bell. Matter of fact, I don't even like there's this other place that I think a lot of people they like to eat. but it's not the point that they like to eat it. It's just that a lot of people they think, we're gonna do the diversity thing, so we're gonna go to Taco Bell to show you how diverse we are, or we're gonna make this heritage month, and we're gonna do this by drawing characters eating tacos, and they they have this assumption that's what all Latinos are. Like they bunch, which is which is hilarious, you know. And by the way, and like as I said before, the Taco Bell is not the tacos from Mexicans, and trust me, I'm 100% sure they get offended if you was tell them that. So if they really wanted diversity, and this is just my opinion, I think the first thing they gotta do to understand it, I think they should not ask necessarily the players, which is hilarious. But bear with me, I'll explain why. Because there's a chance that the players are younger. The players, let's say, like here, are very Americanized. So their version of diversity is a little bit different than from their parents. I would just suggest asking cultural questions by the parents themselves. And maybe they have a different idea, because in the end of the day, the kids who are playing this, they love their cultural diversity, and that comes from their parents. That's what they learn from their parents. So yeah, if you just want to know, he has nothing to do because he's already got everything done. But yeah, I would say if they really wanted to do some cultural diversity, I would say add some dances. I mean, if there's anything I can tell you is that, oh, well, in my culture, dancing is a very big thing, a very big thing, and it's not only, what's different is that it's not the fact it's the dancing, it's the fact that it's couples dancing. It couples dancing is a very big thing. And where my family's from, if you go to a party, if you don't know how to couples dance, you're not gonna really have any fun. You gotta know how to dance with the opposite sex. You just got to be part of the party, you know. So that's a culture thing. The parties, the tradition of what types of parties, because different parties is it's different for every culture too. Even a birthday parties in different countries are different. It's not the same. It's like over here in the States, they have Sweet 16, but in Latin America, you have quinceañera, and that is a cultural thing. You see, that's diversity, a quinceañera. So having an event of a quinceañera, that would be putting in something. Another thing would, and it's not, I'm just saying for me because it's easy for me to explain for the Latin, but it goes for alt. I've noticed that they did do some of that for, snowy escapes. They have these little cultural events in snowy escapes. They have these little cultural events in Sulani. Now, they One of my favorite packs is actually the jungle. I think that's a great pack, though some people would say, "Oh yeah, yeah, they're good. You got your Latin area." Not really. That's more of an Indiana Jones thing. And a lot of the clothes, except for the man's shirt with the frills on the side, the texture shirts, that's really the only thing. Everything else doesn't remind me of any of them. I mean, I see some outfits, but I don't get that feel at all. At all. Literally, at all. The only thing I see is, as you all guys know, is that the cooking, this cooking area here. They contribute this is what apparently this this is the Sims showing right here how we to include diversity. That's their version right there. Food, because apparently that's how they see it. When we're gonna do diversity, we're gonna show you food. And that's with the comic books. I think Marvel they said they're gonna show diversity, and they put food because apparently that's all we are. We're eating people. We're eating. I don't think they're understanding. They're not understanding at all. At all. I mean, I wish they would have something else, you know, especially with clothes. I mean, I think that's another thing about cultural. Being that I'm a console player, I don't get to get all the mods or anything like that. I don't have a choice. And it kind of sucks. But so we're stuck in wearing the outfits that, well, that we're given. And a lot of the clothes, I mean, oh God help me, the kits. I mean, I got all the kits. Well, except for one. I did not get Bust the Dust because I refuse. I know some people wanted some role play on that, but being at my age, I'm playing this for fun. Is no way on earth that I will take pleasure in cleaning. Okay, I gotta do that in real life. I don't gotta pretend I'm cleaning. So I don't have that one. But I got the man kit, the man clothes kit, and I remember me being very excited about that because I know a lot of you guys, I seen on YouTube, a lot of people were complaining that we don't have enough man stuff. So I was very excited to get this man kit. I was like, oh, I'm gonna get the man kit. I'm gonna get some man clothes. Just get some hombre clothes. Muy macho clothes, right? So I'm gonna get the macho clothes. I get the man kit, and I buy it. I spend $5, and I got. I don't know what the hell I got. But I saw that man kit, and that was the most disturbing man kit I ever saw in my life. I don't even know whether I don't even, the only thing I used in that whole kit is the shoes, the sweaters, the I don't know who's wearing that. So, say me, call me old fashioned or anything. But I think I've got some pretty good style. But my God, I don't even know who's wearing it. So they then told me about this some guy named Harry Styles. That's his look. I never knew who this man was. So I wanted to see how this guy. And then I saw, I was like, oh my God. All I wanted was a normal man kit. I didn't need that. I didn't. I was looking so forward, and it's not more than that. It's hard enough that we don't have ethnic kits. I mean, yeah, we got the street style for South Asian Indian, which is good. Good for you. You guys got it. Then you have the other kit, the airport kit for the Koreans, which is yay, you got it, yeah. Then you got the Brazilian kit, yeah, yeah, you go, yeah, yeah. I don't have my kit. I don't see anything in that man kit. There was nothing. I mean, I was so disappointed because there was just like nothing. I don't even know why. You know what? I will say this. I would have be okay if I would have actually be able to use that on the women. Just use it on the women because I'm not putting it on the male, my male Sims. I'm just not. And it was just such a shame because I was really looking forward for maybe some urban streetwear. Maybe something from New York City. You know, get some Nike, some nice Nike, some Timberland boots. Some leather jackets. Some nice jeans. You know, you know. Get some gold chains, maybe a nice gold chain, because some men like to wear the nice gold chain. A single night, a platinum, something nice, with a nice gold ring. And that now you're probably wondering, well, what this has to do with diversity? Well, it does do a lot with diversity, because you know when it comes to cultural diversity, not every I am pretty sure not everybody dressed like Harry Styles. I mean, I think he's a unique butterfly, but that was definitely, I don't know anybody. I mean, sue me if I'm wrong, but I don't think anybody from Iran is going to be dressing up like that. I don't think so. And that's another thing. Now that we're talking about that, we have the desert kit, and so they got a nice kit, for which I got that one too. I really enjoyed that one, that desert kit. And that's another great way for cultural integration. Clutter, but ethnic clutter that would be in somebody's house. Like for the holidays, you'll see, if you go to the holidays, we have Christmas trees, we have menorahs and all that stuff. But there's a lot of other things that other different types of cultural things, you know like I would like to put a nice cross or a portrait that I need my Jesus portrait, you know. It would be nice for me, you know. People have their different their different things that they would put in their house. And a lot of the clutter is not a reflection of what they would put in their house. That's another thing about cultural diversity. The way the house looks. And the only kit that I see that it's an emphasis slightly more, well, the two, well, I wouldn't even say the two, more like the one, the desert kit. I would say the jungle one, but I don't really know where they're trying to go. I think what happened with that kid is like they all grouped up together, right? They all grouped up together, right? And say, okay, we gotta make this gameplay pack, right? But we gotta make it look like it's from every single Latin American country, okay? And that's what they did. That's what they did. And so it doesn't, you can't really look at it and go, oh yeah, I recognize that. Oh yeah, I recognize that. I don't recognize anything besides the food. That's the only thing I recognize is the food. Okay? So, yeah. So, my pointers are is like, yeah, ask the parents. Ask what they like to do. What do they do in their culture? What is it that they do? And don't necessarily ask the kids. Ask the parents. Ask the parents. The parents will probably be a much better way of giving you feedback on what's part of their country, what's part of their culture. Not necessarily kids, because the younger generation, let's face it, they're more Americanized. They're a step away. They have their parts that they recognize that they like, but they're not they don't understand it. And I think asking the parents, they would get a much better understanding. And I really do mean the parents, because if we get a person who is just gonna sanitize it, it won't still be the same, because it'll just be a sanitized version. It still will not feel what it's supposed to feel like. So yeah, those are my opinions that I needed to rant on that. And as you can see, I really, oh dear, oh, did he go to school? Okay, hold on, let me go find him. Yeah, you need to go to school. What are you doing? Oh my god. He was supposed to go to class early, and look at him. Now he's gonna go in late. Thank you very much. Thank you, Jose. His name is Jose. I needed to make sure he had a real Latino name. And what more Latino is but then the name Jose. I did that on purpose. But yeah, I just I needed to vent out on that. But I hope I did it in a positive light. I want them to understand that it's events, it's how we dress, it's how we celebrate. It's not just food. Latinos are not all about food. Okay. So, thank you for watching and have a great night. Let's see, how do I turn this off? Alright.